Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Lacey on the mic. Hey, so as you can tell, we are now getting ready to get live. So we are getting ready to set up everything with our whole entire setup. Give me 1 second here, y'all. I think we can do it off. It should make perfect sense. Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Lacey on the mic. Hey, so we are here live. This is Lulu Dream Entertainment Radio. So, just in case for our followers out there that do not know, I'm also currently live streaming on YouTube as well. Follow me over there. Same thing, Lacey on the mic, or at Lulu Dream Entertainment, and it's on YouTube. Like, share, subscribe, please, if you do like it, all right? And do the same thing over here on the live air. And I do have a special guest with me today. You want to introduce yourself for everybody out here, please?
Good afternoon, everybody. I go by I go by Dark Roads. Name is Devontae. It's nice to meet everybody. It's great to be on the show.
Thank you for coming, man. I do appreciate everything
Of
that
course,
you
as,
do.
as always.
So basically, I have a lot of people that ask me, the premise of like what our show really is about, what my whole Empire Radio channel is really about. Basically, my radio channel out here is to bring awareness, okay? And a lot of it has to do with who people are. Nowadays in society, we have these issues, that have to deal with people hating other people, whites hating black people hating white people, straight people hating gay people hating straight people. And I know this is like a difficult topic, okay? And really, essentially, the reason why I started doing this is so that way I can bring awareness to these types of situations. And I know that it is a difficult type of conversation because, like, right now, social media, we have everybody out there just being for themselves. Nobody really wants to work together as a team. Nobody wants to have anything to deal with anybody else, which I understand. Okay. And it is a difficult time, you know. So I got a question for you. Now, mind you, Lulu Dream Entertainment, our entire premise is built on being able to take that one premise of, okay, if you have a dream, okay, and some people call it delirious not to having a job, and it is what it is. But I'm gonna say it like this: we help everybody out. However, I primarily do focus on LGBT side of people, especially artists, musicians, people that want to be inside the entertainment industry. So I just want to make sure that everybody's aware of this. There's no questions. Yes, I'm gay myself. All right. So I've already pointed it out to y'all out there. Now, I don't ask those questions. If you feel free to answer that, you can. If you want to, it's not a big issue if you do or not. Okay. But like I said, I'm not gonna put you under the hot seat.
No, of course you're not. As I am a bisexual man.
Okay.
Um,
Okay, do this real quick so we can get kind of set to where we both can see each other. Something to that effect. That'll work.
as I am a bisexual man, I haven't been in a relationship since my ex-husband of 6 years was accidentally killed in a car accident.
Okay.
Um,
I'm sorry to hear that, by the way.
Thank you. As me and as me and the host of this radio show talked earlier today, I wear two rings every day. They do not come off of my hand whatsoever in remembrance of my ex-husband. God rest his soul.
Absolutely, God, that's just so, man. I do want to point out real quick, because I do have some listeners and people out there in the public.
Yes.
They get upset about, oh, well, if you're gay, you can't worship God, and you can't, you're going to go to hell, you're a demon, you're this, you're that. I mean, have you had to deal with that at all during your time?
Yes, I have. And for the very first time ever on any podcast, I will be the first to admit I was Muslim at one point.
Okay.
Converted to Christianity, and now I am a spiritual Christian man. Yes, I read the Bible. Yes, I write down verses and read the Bible every day, no matter what. No matter that God consider us an abomination to the world, we still live in our body and we can do what we have to do or need to do in our lives, respectfully.
Absolutely. I'm going to put it like this, right? So, I come from a different type of area. I come from a different type of Christianity.
Yes.
Okay? Like, I believe in God, and sometimes it's a hard, touchy subject, because everybody talks about being faithful and having faith in a religion or an entity that you can't see.
Yeah.
I've had a lot of people talk about, if you believe in this or that, you're a witch or whatever. Look, I'm going to tell you like this, right? Me personally, I believe in God. I believe in making sure that my soul is healthy as well.
Yes.
Okay? A lot of people throw out there this passage about, well, God made Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve, and all this other stuff, right? Mm-hmm. I'll put it like this, right? There is different creatures around this world.
Yes.
Okay? Some of these creatures, they have same-sex couplings, things like that. And really, essentially, it's not for the procreation side of things. It's essentially for the companionship and the understanding of life. Okay? Now, I have a lot of people out there that will tend to get a little upset, about my choices, and that's fine. You know what I mean? I'm okay with that part of it. What I can say is this. I really essentially started this podcast out because I had a partner. I had a same-sex partner who ended up getting arrested, went to jail. He got arrested in front of me, and I had a really hard time coping with the loss of him, at least from the physical side of things, but also the loss of the relationship at that time. And, outside of my normal operating happiness, I should say, I took it really difficult. I've had, from that point on, I had certain people from his family try to set me up. I've been scammed out of money. Like, we're talking over $6,000 worth of money. And it's from somebody that was in his family. And I knew at that time it was just time for me to go. It was time for me to get up and go. I have all these people, I've got some people out here that are offended. They think that I'm not really a part of the industry, that I really don't have a small business, that I really don't do all these things. Well, truth be told, folks, I'm live right now. Okay? I'm here, and this is real. Now, while I got that out of the way,
yes.
Didn't need to pull out the little ego side of things, because to be honest with you, I'm tolerant to a point. Mm-hmm. And I'm sure that's kind of everybody out here. So let me ask you this, man. You said, I know me and you were talking a little bit beforehand.
Yes.
You've been in the military, or?
I was a member of Junior Reserves Officers Training Corps in Abraham Lincoln High School. The program was closed down in 2019. I was a lieutenant. I was given the esteemed and distinct honor earlier today as being promoted captain of my flight, which is Alpha Flight. Respectfully, due to my unfortunate background, I will not be going to the ceremony.
So let's talk about backgrounds, right?
Yes.
I know it sucks, right?
Yes.
There's a lot of people, even out here for me, they get upset. They're like, oh, you have a criminal background. You can't do this. You can't go to business. You can't. You're going to fall into these same traps. What is your take on this?
Well, I say anybody that has a background that's been to prison for accused things or crimes that they did, and fortunately got out due to the lawyers and stuff like that. The ones that were accused of crimes and got out, we should be able, no matter what their background is, we should be able to do the right things and be able to be accepted back into society, especially employment-wise.
I understand that part. My biggest thing, and I know this is going to be a hot button topic now, because
Yes,
look,
of course.
I'm going to keep it a stack out here, folks. Look, all the realness, I understand, look, not everybody is going to agree with this. Not everybody is going to be happy with it. I mean, look, our first president, who is our president now, that had a felony. This is what it is.
14 of them.
14 felonies.
He was
Okay.
found guilty on all 14 and still became president.
Look, I am registered as a Democrat out here, and look, I give this man kudos. Okay, do I see him doing some of the same things? Not really. I think it comes a time when we all learn that there are circumstances that do happen that we can't control, and sometimes we either control them or don't. It's irrelevant. Okay, but here's the thing: when are we going to start letting these people, letting those of us that are criminals or ex-criminals, we should say, because to be honest with you, over the last 5 years, I've had one misdemeanor, one case of misdemeanor back home. And outside of that, I haven't done anything to warrant a new arrest, new anything, Believe it or not, the things that could have been posted against me is due to other people following me around and antagonizing me, like during which, by the way, I'm going to talk about today, folks, cyber bullying campaign. And it's designed against people that are out here in the community, whether you're gay, straight, whatever. I mean, it's combated against people that have gone through homelessness or have been pushed into homelessness and had to relocate due to people doing scamming work. Now, I say all that to say this, right? I think our criminal justice system, as far as the cases and situations that have to deal with some of these things, it needs to be reformed and looked at. Truthfully, that's from my opinion and my opinion only. Now, do I think it should be easier punishments? No. Because there's 18, 19, 17, 15-year-olds going around here shooting people. And this is like live news that's just happened in the last 24 hours out here in Philadelphia. And this is just everywhere now. And it's become a point where we need to start relearning to reteach the younger generations and the kids coming up the new way of dealing with parenting and how to discuss about respecting each other. The golden rule. Everybody talks about these things. So my question is this for you, man. Like, how do you feel would best change, in your opinion, how would it change our society if we actually started having an open forum about these types of situations? As far as like pointing out to like kids and things like that, and having the parents kind of reteach these things, so that way we're not put back in the same situations.
Unfortunately, and anybody that is listening and watching right now is not going to agree with this, but unfortunately, the younger generation that we have today, the younger generation of kids today that has parents, unfortunately, the children does whatever they want, guns, knives, whatever.
Correct.
Their parents does not reprimand them and do things that they need to do as a parent.
Correct.
Their kids wind up getting killed or going into the jail system for damn near the rest of their life. I have unfortunately witnessed it happen. And it's a shame how many juveniles go to jail, go to juvenile placement until the age of 18, and then get put into any Philadelphia County jail or prison because of their unfortunate mistakes.
Correct. And that's the thing, and this is going on everywhere around the country right now. And it's sad because, like, to be honest with you, I don't agree with how we're allowing a lot of the newer generation to kind of run things in a way. I think it's becoming more and more evident that, like, I mean, me personally, when I was younger, I mean, I'm not going to front. Like, I love my mom to death, but my mom, she did put hands to ass, you know, a few times when I got out of line, and I can understand that. In all honesty, truth, like, when this was before my mom passed, you know,
Sorry for your loss.
thank you. She did explain some stuff to me. For number one, she wanted me to stay out of prison. She wanted me to stay out of jail. She wanted me to, you know, quit using and abusing drugs, which at that time I was. But she also wanted me to be able to leave a legacy behind. Okay. And, you know, we talk about legacies like it's candy or it's the air. Like, you think you have to, if you're a man, you have to marry a woman and go knock her up and have 2 kids, and then it's okay to turn around and divorce her 2 years later type thing. There's a lot of that going around right now in the country. And it's sad. It makes people look at, makes the women resentful towards the men, because now they turn around and think, oh, well, they're just, you know, women haters, or they're this or they're that, you know, and vice versa. I honestly don't like the narrative that's being pushed out there right now. It's a really negative one. I mean, what's your opinion on this? Well, first off, let me ask you this.
Yes.
Do you hate women? Or men, or, you know what I mean? Do you hate any sex or any race or anything like that?
Hold on, I am in the middle of responding to a family emergency, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay. Hey, while we're waiting, I'm gonna keep you guys on air. I'm gonna give you a quick break, okay?
Okay, I'm good.
Oh, you're good?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Anyways,
Do I hate women or men?
yes.
Is this in any perspective or?
Any perspective at all. Like, I'm throwing this out there because, like, I've had people kind of come across me and say, oh, you must hate women because you're gay. You must hate women because you don't want to have kids. You must hate women because why would you want to go after a man if I've got all of this, you know?
I'm glad you brought that up. Considering I am a bisexual man to the day I die, I actually was able to get a woman pregnant 4 times. Unfortunately, she had a miscarriage all 4 times. But yes, I love women. See, I love women, I love men, but in the last few years, my intentions on a men's perspective, I have gone after more men than women in the last few years. Because there's a lot of women these days that don't have my interest, that I don't have my interest in heart for them.
I can understand that. I mean, you know, the idea of, like, relationship and stuff like that is a lot. It takes a lot. And now I will ask this question, and folks, I'm sorry, we are definitely going to have to wrap up here in a few. Just so everybody knows, kind of got cut short on time today, which is why I started just a hair late as well. But real quick, I do want to bring this out here like this, right?
Yes.
Me personally, I think that if somebody's going to hate on somebody because they're gay or bi or lesbian, or, you know, me personally, I think they really need to take a step back and take a look at their lives before they come after those that are us, you know? That's the first thing.
Yes.
The second thing is regardless of who I go to bed with that night, I'm still a professional at the end.
Yes.
And I think we all are. I think we have that understanding, but I think you're right, as far as the younger generations, they're not understanding this part. Which is why there's so many people out there that are doing these, what do they call it, clickbait, trap bait type situations.
Yes.
Basically, and folks, just so you understand, and I turn the camera to you real quick, just so you guys know and understand, look, there are people really live out here doing dating scams, basically going out there, love bombing people for pictures, for money, then to turn around maybe 6 months, a year later to use those pictures against them or the money against them, things like that. And fortunately for me, I haven't had to go through this. However, I knew some people that were doing these types of things. And to them, like, I'm shaming you publicly. Just understand that I am shaming you publicly. I think that people like you need to really focus up more and quit judging people like me and go get yourself an ability to get a job or go do something correctly. At least I'm doing something with myself instead of going out and forcing somebody to pay money for nefarious reasons and then blaming them for their problems. So, outside of that, I'm going to say one last thing on this part of it though. Number one, Lulu Dream Entertainment Radio does not condone any type of violent acts, violent actions, words, whatever, towards anybody that's against the community, period. And to be honest with you, because I've spent time, in felonies before in my life, and because I've seen how these things happen, and because it's affected me directly, I'm going to say like this. Look, I may not be pro-cop, but I'm also not pro-people as far as the community goes either. I think the way that this world is operating right now is we're going to hate one person versus another. And to be honest with you, if you guys have issues, why don't you start talking about them instead of using social media? My music and stuff, yes, I did that for a purpose. And yes, as a point to drive across that there are people out here doing these types of situations. They're causing families to tear apart because they, being a part of that family, don't like somebody else in their family, and they have such trauma, they don't know how to cope with it. So to that one individual that was in my life at that point in time, who ended up causing me and one of my ex-boyfriends to split up due to their ability to force certain topics, like, well, if you dated a man before, you have to tell me that you dated a man type situation. I'm going to put it out here like this. Look, just because I may be a nice person does not mean that I'm going to hold everything to you immediately. I'm not going to explain everything out front. Sometimes that takes years of loyalty, respect, and integrity to come behind that. Number two, ladies, if you're out there shaming men that are bisexual directly, my advice to you is to stop. Okay? That's all the way around encompassing the world, because it's wrong. Okay? We're all human beings, you know what I mean? We all want to love, we all want to feel the comfort of somebody else. But for you to cause people problems in their life because of that, it's a no-no. And I say that to one particular female too, as well. And not just for my series, but for him as well. So I'm gonna put it out here like this, yo. Please start treating people better. Please start doing this, because right now, what I'm really trying to do with this radio and this podcast is actually to try to build up society so we can quit hating each other. What is the purpose of hating somebody else? There is none. Why don't you try to spread a little bit more love in your life? Please. That's all I'm coming out here to say. And on top of all that, for everybody who seems to think that it's okay to influence others, love bomb each other, or whatever, my suggestion is for you to stop doing those things. Quit pushing people to show you a mirror of yourself, a mirror image, because of your narcissistic tendencies. So, with that being said, I appreciate y'all. Oh, and just a quick shout out to those that are currently incarcerated. Look, I understand the feelings behind this. You know, you can have all the values and feelings you want behind it, but I'm gonna tell you like this: for the one particular person that I actually genuinely love and give a fuck about, just know that our love is not in vain behind this. This is something that needed to be said and done. Okay? And that includes, you know, the baby mama situations, and ex-girlfriends that have been doing these things for a long time. Okay? This cycle and shit, it has to stop. And I will bring it out there to make that shit stop. Because this is not okay. So, with all that being said, do you have anything else, man, that you want to talk about real quick? All right, cool. Hey, y'all, sorry this was kind of a short little thing, but check this out. Next Thursday, I'm going to be popping up again, and it's going to be for a full hour this time, maybe two. You never know. But I will be popping back out here again, and I hope everybody has a good day. God bless to y'all. And is there anything you want to shout out to anybody out there right now?
But to piggyback off you,
Yes.
to all the ones that are incarcerated, if you are able to see this podcast while you're in the law library or whenever you get out, while we're still in, stay safe, stay hydrated in this hot, extremely weather we have right now. You all have a good night. Be respectful of each other and do what you gotta do to get the fuck out of jail immediately. With that being said, everybody that's watching, have a good rest of your day. We'll be back next week.
Absolutely. Hey, and in case you didn't know, we have been live streaming out here on YouTube, my YouTube channel, which is Lacey on the Mic. You can search me up there in the Google search bar up in YouTube. I also have been live streaming, which I did not explain at the beginning. We've been live streaming through across Instagram as well. So, and we are here on Mixler. All right, folks, you guys have a good one. We'll see you later.